All right, let's get into it.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Dang, we're here. We're here.
I'm
This
excited.
is the first one with the guest. I'm excited.
Yes. Got a really, really special guest today.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it. Man, you watched the Super Bowl?
I did. I watched it.
What do you think about it?
Well, I was upset. I wanted
Why?
the Eagles to win. I love Jalen Hurts. He's from Channelview. I live in Channelview.
Same thing.
It was
right.
Yeah, it just made sense. I wanted him to win.
But it was a good Super Bowl.
It was. I liked that it was two Texas quarterbacks
Yeah.
too. Us being in Texas. I like that.
Man, I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes is special, man. He's doing
He's
something.
playing hurt.
He's doing something very special. I think he has a chance to be one of the best before it's said and done.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. You got a shout out for Waste Management.
I did, yeah. I was lucky enough. I went to the Waste Management Golf Tournament in Phoenix, in Scottsdale area, and man, that's a party. I had the most fun I have ever had.
You probably had too much fun.
A little too much fun, yeah. It was crazy. They build a stadium around one hole, and you yell the entire time. It's not like a normal golf tournament where you're quiet. Everybody's yelling. They throw stuff. It's so much fun. It only happens once a year, and this is my first time going, but it was so much fun.
Is Waste Management one of our clients?
No, but they need to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you was out there pitching.
I was out there talking to people left and right.
Okay,
like, hey,
good.
You know what I do? Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
Well,
I'll let you do the introduction for Bob.
So we're here with our COO Bob Sutton. We're here. Bob's been here for a long time. But he went to Baylor University. He has owned his own company before, and now he's been here for a little bit, like I said, and he's our COO. So, Bob, welcome.
Hey,
welcome, Bob.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So, go through a little bit about what led you to Core Group, about how you got here.
Yeah. So I can go all the way back, but you already mentioned Baylor, so we'll just start there.
Go Bears.
I went to college, thought I was going to be I went to college for outdoor recreation. I thought I was going to own a camp.
Really?
Yeah, that was like my dream, was like to just live in Colorado, own a small camp, run it, and then basically just, live like a mountain man. And, after a couple years of working in camps in Colorado and Oregon, I was like, you know what? This was really fun when I was a camper, but it's a whole lot more work when you actually have to do it yourself.
I can imagine.
And so shifted gears a little bit, moved to Dallas. I was married at the time, and she went back to school and started working first as a freelance photographer. Did that for a few years, and then we got pregnant, and freelance photography does not have very good benefits. So got a great job with a market research firm. It was my first stab at, kind of the corporate life, and, worked there for a little while, was promoted kind of a team lead role, had my first taste and experiment with management, and I was a terrible manager at the time.
I don't believe that.
No, it's true. I made a lot of mistakes that few years I was there. And then moved back to Houston, actually joined a recruiting company, an executive search firm. Was there when it was really small, helped them grow up to when I started, I was the 11th person on staff, and grew it up to about 36, 38 people, something like that, and was the vice president of recruiting. And so was there for 6 years. Hurricane Harvey happened. Destroyed a lot of Houston, and I was helping different people all across the country, and I really felt like I need to get back to Houston. Like, I'm here in Houston, but I need to help people around me. And so heard about a nonprofit that was starting up, got involved with them, got hired on as the COO of that little organization. We rebuilt 257 homes in 18 months. And then as all the funding for that ran out, as we spent it on building these houses, started looking, connected with Matt. That was in 2020. And started here in March 16th of 2020.
Wow, to the day. You remember to the day.
Yeah. Well, that was I forget what they call it, Black Monday or whatever. It was like COVID Monday. It was like when the world started to shut down.
Yes.
So
that was your first day?
That was my day one.
Wow.
I was in the office for one day, and then
got sent home
on Tuesday. We came in. Everybody was in the office, and Matt was like, all right, we got to go home. And so we went home.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And did you just start out as a basic recruiter?
I was kind of a 360 recruiter.
Okay.
Because that's what my experience was. So I knew the sales and account management side just as much as the recruiting side. And so, but trying to sell in March of
Yes.
2020.
I can imagine.
Nobody was buying anything.
No one's
Yeah.
buying,
Yeah.
No one was interested in my services at that time.
And for those that don't know, Bob, a 360 recruiter means what?
I mean, you're doing all three. You're on the sales side.
Okay.
You're getting out and getting in touch with new potential business. Once you win that business, then you're managing those client relationships, and then then recruiting, also filling the roles that they're asking you to fill. So it's kind of they call it 360 because you're finding the business, you're filling the business, you're closing it. It's all the parts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Now, last meeting we talked about core values.
Yeah.
And what led us both here. Let's ask Bob kind of what led you here and what was kind of the defining moment to say, this is my next spot. I feel like I could be here. Walk us through that.
Yeah. So, I actually talked with Matt for probably 2 or 3 months before I came on. Wanted to get to know him really well because at that time, core group was 10 people and knew how important, I without going into too much detail, I maybe had some trust issues with some leadership in my past.
Fair enough.
So needed to get to know Matt
Right.
as a person.
That was smart.
And so, it's funny, if you read about Matt or research Matt, he was a bodybuilder for a while.
Yes.
So there's some pictures of him, shirtless,
jacked.
pretty jacked, holding swords and things. And so I asked him about that. I was like, okay, what's this? And he, of course, Matt is just an incredible man of character.
Absolutely.
And so, the core values that really drew me in, I think God-centered was really important. That I don't even think Matt had the core values written down anywhere at that time, but it was evident that honesty and integrity were super important to him.
Yes.
And so that getting to know him, I came out, I interviewed probably 2 or 3 times. I think 2 times in person, and then Matt and I spoke on the phone maybe 5 times before I actually joined. So
you did your homework. You did your homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I know now you're in a position. You're the COO. You're the head of all operations.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What was the track? What was the track to get there? What did that look like?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we were when I got here, I was again number 12 because I started the same day as someone else, and as I was trying to do my own thing, I was trying to start the values division, the nonprofit division, because that was my experience with very little success. Started working with Mo Arnold on some of his searches, Neil Duncan, both of those guys are still here.
Yep, they're great.
And they were account managing, so I was recruiting on some of their jobs while I was trying to build my own, and so kept kind of slowly getting some wins, but at the same time realizing okay. And you guys didn't see it, I promise, but the website in 2012 or 2020 looked like it had been built by a high schooler in the late 90s.
Was that bad, Bob?
It was pretty bad.
Oh,
So
my God.
even when I was calling on clients to say, hey, this is, we're doing this, we're, a lot of experience, I would be embarrassed to
Just
tell
say,
them
hey, go to the website. Oh my goodness.
because there was no
That's not
good
good.
information. And so I didn't even tell Matt. I just started building a website. On our new platform. I just started building it, and I was doing it, both during work hours and after hours. And I got it to where it was functional. It still wasn't polished, but I had copied a lot of the text and stuff from the existing website, but much better pictures, better flow. And I was like, hey, can I show you something? And I went to his office and showed it to him, and he was like, okay, let's do that. So we immediately switched websites, and
That was huge.
He was just kind of like, hey, why don't you be in charge of marketing now?
Yeah.
And that's so
Wow.
that's where that started. And then as that was probably, I don't know, 10% of my time was working on blog writing and copy for the website. And then And then, I mean, as we started to grow, definitely had a lot of conversations with Matt, Eric, a few others that were here, just about operational, improvements, just like streamlining some things. And I do have an operational background. So, talked to Matt, I think it was 2021. It had been a full year. We'd kind of survived the first year of COVID.
Weathered the storm. Yeah.
Which really 2020 was just about like, keep making the calls. Like that's all we did. Everybody, it was just all hands on deck. And so 2021, it was like, okay, we're starting to see some wins again. We're starting to grow, and had tons of conversations with Matt about like, hey, we have some operational improvement. We need like a true human resources, not a full-time person, but we needed some help there.
Yeah.
And so, my title changed from, I don't even remember what it was, Vice President of Values, Search, to Vice President of Operations and Values. And so did that for another, 6 months. And then we had a consulting group come in and kind of help us with organizing the org chart. There were probably 28 people on staff at that point. And after 2 weeks of kind of consulting and going back and forth, Matt officially, bestowed me with
united
me
with
the COO title.
That's fantastic.
That's right.
So he likes to, use the sword.
He does. He does. I think. How many sources do you have? Do you know a couple?
At least 2, if not more.
If not
100.
Yeah.
So you got, I know now that, you're doing operations, we have a lot of events coming up. Do you want to talk a little bit about I think we have a golf tournament coming up, which I'm very excited about, or like the charity golf, golf thing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So in the past we've done, we did a full golf tournament the last 2 years.
Yes. Yes.
This, was pretty great. Did you win?
I did.
Year?
I won.
Okay. Shameless plug. If it's not bragging, if it's true.
It's not bragging if it's true. Yeah. Right. The trophy's around here somewhere.
Yeah. But this year we decided to actually take it, not make it smaller, but make it a little bit more interactive, because we noticed, if you're out there playing golf, you're not necessarily like, you might be social with the 3 people in your foursome, but you aren't getting to know everybody. So we shifted to Top Golf. We have Frontline Response, which is a nonprofit that's helping women out of the human trafficking industry. And so all of the funds that we raise, we're like, going to be asking people for money, which we always do.
Of course.
We've raised a lot of money in the past, so we're really hoping that we can get a good turnout, have a lot of fun. That's on March 2nd,
I think,
in the afternoon.
It's going to be a good time.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we've invited a ton of people. A lot of people said they're coming, so it's going to be a great event. It's going to be awesome. Do we have what other events do we have coming up this year?
So I know we're going to the Beacon
Thursday, right?
That's this week.
Yeah, about to say this week.
It's probably
whenever this comes out.
Shout out to the Beacon.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll probably be well done with it by the time this comes out. But we're going to the Beacon, which is a homeless service community, or homeless community service organization in downtown Houston. We'll be serving hot meals and doing laundry.
That's huge
for folks.
That's awesome.
And I was able to do that last year. I'm going again this year. It's incredibly humbling. I mean, I don't want to get into the gross details, but like washing people's clothes that haven't been washed in months, can be a little bit gross, but it's like, hey, we're serving this community. It's a beautiful way.
It's always better to give than to receive. Absolutely. Absolutely. So take us through, Bob, your first, you did the 360 recruiting, took us through going all the way from marketing to all the titles you've had, COO now. What was you remember your first big placement? Like, what was that like? Like bringing in a client and saying, hey, I was part of that, and boom. Can you take us through that? You remember that?
While I was here?
Yes.
Yeah. So when I started, my very first placement, it took me, I started in March. I think my placement started in July. So you better believe that was a stressful 4 or 5 months.
In the middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID.
Wow.
And again, my background is nonprofit executive search. So this is like executive directors, some pastors, COO, CEO type. and I was recruiting on marine designers and naval architects.
That's what I do now. That's what's crazy. Yeah, that's all I do.
And I had no experience in maritime.
That's okay
at all. So like going from talking to nonprofit directors to
high level
naval architects,
it's a little different.
It's a different world.
Yes.
And so I was sweating it. I'll be honest. I mean, it was 5 months that I was here and like just begging for a placement. Wow. And when I got to ring the bell, oh my gosh, that was like the next
best
level.
Feeling. It's the best feeling.
Yes,
it's the best feeling.
For those that don't know, when we get a placement, we ring the bell through the whole office, and it's like a time of excitement. And
everybody claps.
Everybody claps. Crazy. It's just a good moment.
It is.
It's a good moment.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Everyone was cheering for me. That was. I mean, I would say like that was definitely the hardest one. Like getting the first one.
Yes, I think always the first one's always been the hardest. That's I think that's what every recruiter has always said. Mm-hmm. So after you get that one, it just snowballs.
And 5 months feel like a year.
It does.
Yes.
I mean it's wild. But
Well, and there's a lot of for me there was a lot of pride in there too because I had 6 years of recruiting experience before I got here.
Right.
To then take 5 months to get one. It was just like, I know I can do this.
Yeah, it's coming.
I can do this.
Just
coming.
keep going.
Yeah,
y'all tell us that all the time.
You probably had that internal pressure too. I mean,
yeah. I don't even think Matt was saying anything. It was just me.
Yeah,
like, I know I can land.
Absolutely,
this, even though the world's shut down. So
yeah.
So you mentioned God-centered being one of the core values, and that's my one that really resonated with me. Do you have another one that you?
Yeah, so we added a couple of them this year. We did a little editing, and I think results oriented is one that we just recently added that I really it's one that's it's a challenge for me, and I think that's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
We debated for a few weeks actually. Is it action oriented or is it results oriented? Mm-hmm. And we went with results because results encompasses actions, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
Like you have to take action to get results.
That's right.
And so for me, I have my notebook right here because I take notes all the time.
Yes.
And most of the time what I'm writing is just like little things I need to remember to do.
Yeah.
So that I get results. Like it's not about, like this podcast, like we could record 100 hours of podcast, but until it's cut, edited, and put out there, we haven't really done anything.
No, that's our amazing team. That's our amazing team's job.
So don't confuse activity for results.
Yes,
exactly right.
Right. And I love that y'all added that one. That was such a great add.
Right.
I think now we're going to shout out some clients. That's kind of like that's one of the things we do. So we're going to shout out Trident Maritime, one of our best ones. Bird on America, one of our really best ones.
They got a job fair actually for those looking for a job.
That's my next one. That's Wholesome.
That's Wholesome.
Yeah,
that's
Wholesome.
Right. That's right.
Bird on did have one, but Wholesome's got a job fair. Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up. They're one of our. That's in March. Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. Yeah, we're going to have so many people, so many candidates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are 3 great clients we work with. Shout out them. Hopefully you guys are watching. We love working with you guys. You guys are amazing.
Absolutely.
So
Bob, you going back to you're a family guy. How important is that balance for you? Running a company like we have, growing a company, you have your kids. How do you maintain that balance?
I think Matt actually sets a really good example. So I know
4
I keep
kids.
pointing back to Matt. Yeah, but I'm a single dad, divorced, and have great amicable relationship with my ex, my kid's mom, and as of this week, I have 2 teenagers and an 11-year-old. So
that's right.
This is like,
my God!
You just had one turn 13, right?
He turns 13 tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, congrats. Yeah. Big. Yep. Yeah.
I got a 13-year-old now.
But I think very early on here, I realized like, okay, this isn't just talk. Like Matt actually, and everybody else really does care about me as a person, not just in my performance. And very first summer, like, it was one of my first summers as a single dad. And I asked Matt, like, hey, my kids, literally they're supposed to be with me. Mm-hmm. There are no camps. Everything's shut down.
Yeah.
Can I bring them up to the office and they'll just play video games? And he was like, sure, stick them in a conference room.
Yeah.
So they were up here basically most of the summer for 2020. And they, you know, a lot of people know them now because they've been around, but yeah, I think we do a great job of caring for families. You know, I'm blessed to have, like, whenever I have my dad time, it's like 100% dad time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then whenever they're with their mom, like, I've got 100% Bob time.
Yeah.
So
Bob time's fun.
Yeah, it's great. So you know, it's in a way, it's a blessing that I can work late and not stress about picking the kids up from practice or whatever on some days, and then the other days it's like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I gotta go get them.
Yep.
And so there's a good amount of flexibility there. But yeah, you know, it's really now getting to see a lot of folks here who bring their kids up. You know, whether school's closed or whatever.
Bring our dog up, Libby.
Yeah, we got Libby.
Yeah.
You know?
CCO. Make sure I say that right.
That's right.
CCO,
That's
Chief
right.
Canine Officer.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she takes care of all of us.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things important about, and like Bob, just to piggyback what you said, just the culture that's been created here. You know, we're about God, we're about family. And most people can say that, but it's another thing about being about it. So that example you brought, your kids being able to come up here, I'm sure that just kind of sets your anxiety level down tremendously, where you can really work and focus. And that's huge. That's what we do up here. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah.
Your kids even helped us move. I remember when we were moving in this.
Man,
office,
they were
in there.
Oh my God! I think they worked more than a lot of
all of them.
I don't think we paid them for that. So,
no, I think they got donuts.
Child services don't come track us down.
No, that's
right. You're right.
You guys something.
We paid them with food. You're right.
They got some fun stuff.
That's right.
That's awesome. Well, so I know you work closely with Matt. I know you work closely with, you know, all the top dogs we have here. Where do you see the direction of the company going?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think there's you know, the more conversations we have with Matt, you know, Matt is a technology guy through and through. You wouldn't know it, like, you know, with this background, he's a maritime guy. He's like, you know, just like a man's man. But what he loves to do, at least more recently, he'll like just hole up in his office and like research technologies.
I'll walk past his office. He's just sitting watching something about something and just writing notes.
Yeah. So, you know, we will never let a new technology go by that we don't experiment with to continue to kind of keep our speed up when it comes to recruiting. You know, I would love to see really, you know, there are other companies out there that have the model that we're kind of going after, but we also want to remain unique. And so that means just a diverse set of services, which recruiting is going to be primary always. But then also, like, you know, we're now doing the executive search, retained executive search with Craig.
That's huge.
We're industry diverse now. So, you know, we're not beholden to the energy industry like they were, you know, before I got here. And yeah, you know, I really see an expansion. We're, you know, I think we've been talking about it for years, but like possibly like a London office, possibly like
that'd be fun.
Maybe a South Asia office.
CGR Global, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And, you know, our expertise is maritime, right?
Yep.
And we only really cover United States, right? The Gulf Coast, a little bit in the Caribbean, not a ton, but a lot Northeast as well, Atlantic and some Pacific, Alaska, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, I see us fully going global.
Wow.
Not just with maritime, but really that's we have such a deep bench of knowledge in that world that it makes sense to continue to push and use that as a break-in for different markets.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
There you go. You heard it from the COO.
There it is. Straight from it. Yep.
There it is. So, Bob, being business, family, what does you like to do for fun?
What do I like to do for
Let
fun?
us in. What's your favorite hobbies? What do you like to do?
Yep.
So I
when you do have time, because I'm sure.
Yeah.
When I have time, you know, I do like, I geek out over business, which is such a dorky thing to say, but
it really is. But
it is.
It's interesting.
Glad you said it. But yeah.
But so I have, as you mentioned, I started a small business. We're actually in the process of selling that business right now.
Cool.
So,
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's awesome.
but I love having projects like that. So right now, the woman I'm dating, who knows, I'll just never mind. I'm going to pause that conversation. But she's a dentist, and so I'm like in my spare time, I'm basically consulting on her business. Like,
that's awesome.
I rebuilt her company's website.
Sound like you're still working.
Yeah. No,
That's fun
I
for
actually
you.
love
That's
doing
fun
it.
for you, yeah.
Just to know, like, hey, I have this weird skill set that I can help somebody that I care about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
That's your gift. That's awesome.
Which, yeah. Other than that, it's just like running around the backyard with my kids,
That's
kicking
awesome.
soccer ball.
Downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool.
What's your favorite thing about Core Group?
Ooh. Favorite thing is probably the food.
Okay.
No, in reality, I mean,
We do have some good food.
Yeah.
people always say the people, but it is the people.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've got the great, this place would be terrible if we didn't have great people.
We have great people. We have
and-
great people.
And so, like, just the positive energy, there's a very hardworking culture here, but it's like, it's hardworking and we take care of our people,
Yes.
right? Like, we take care of
Absolutely.
each other. So,
Absolutely.
So food is included in
Of
that.
course. Yeah. One big family.
Yeah.
But then, we've just got a lot of funny things, our pirate pictures, we're working on some bronze, statues
Yep. For
for
people
some
who have-
high performers.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
We're going to have to show that.
At the company trip.
Yeah, the company trip. We're going to Cabo.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
In a couple months. So, just there's a lot of perks, but I think, it all comes down to the people.
Yeah.
Like we've been blessed with incredible people who are kind of on mission with us to really change the lives of the people we talk to, the companies we work with, and the community around us. So
Absolutely.
pretty awesome.
I got another question.
Go for it.
It might have been yours, but I'm going to take it anyway.
That's fine.
'cause
Go
this
for it.
This is a cool question.
I like it.
So if you had one superpower, what would that superpower be?
I saw this on the notes over there, and I was thinking, there's a lot of. I could probably take 20 minutes on this question, but I'm going to go with flight.
Okay.
I'm going to go with flight.
You hate traffic.
I hate traffic, and if I'm
Houston's
all about
horrible traffic.
like a part of being a COO is finding efficiencies, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's just like, well, if point A and if I can get point A to point B
As fast as possible.
I'm just going to fly there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so great.
Save so much time.
You'd be getting everybody lunch every day.
Yeah. I mean, I know the straightest shot to Chick-fil-A from
That's all they are.
right
Yeah.
where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
So,
And Chick-fil-A is your favorite food ever, right?
It's my go-to lunch.
Yes.
Yeah. It's that Christian chicken. That's
right.
I don't know what they
That's
put
right.
in it, but
Yeah,
That's right. They got
it's
something
so
in
good.
there.
Yeah, I remember one day you came in and our head of marketing, he was going to Chick-fil-A, and you're like, hey, yeah, go get me something. And Tony, he had to go run some other errands, and you were coming in just running around, being like, where is it? It's not here. I need it right now. And we laughed about that so hard. It was a good laugh for sure.
it's kind of when it's coming and it's not there yet. Then it becomes torture. Actually.
So that's right. So flight. Wow, that's cool.
I like that one.
Cool.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Hey, you know what? We didn't actually acknowledge it's Valentine's Day. Bob talking about his date. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, we didn't. Happy
you
Valentine's
see, I got
Day
my
for everybody.
Texans red, huh?
I know you
Yeah,
wore
you
red.
did.
I wore
Yeah.
accents of pink.
Okay,
So
well, we in the
tried.
spirit. Happy
Yeah, this is
Valentine's
black
to
and
you
white.
all.
Yeah, black and white. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of forgot today was Valentine's Day. I hope my fiance doesn't see that. So
Hey, happy
okay.
Valentine's to my sweetheart.
She's definitely listening to this.
Happy Valentine's.
without a
my
doubt, yeah,
sweetheart.
she'll see this, and that's okay. I got plans. I hope.
There you go.
I hope. Yeah.
There you go.
I hope,
There you
yeah.
go.
I'm gonna something that we always wanted to do is we always read a Bible verse towards the end of the podcast. So today's is 1 Corinthians 13:13. So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love. I did that because of Valentine's Day.
There you go.
The greatest thing is love, and God's
That's right.
love is amazing. So
That's right.
Just
Absolutely.
always want to put a Bible verse in here because our number one core value is God-centered.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Man, it's been fun, Bob. Thank you.
Bob.
Thank you for
guys-
taking time
you
out
were
of your
the-
busy day.
You were the
for us.
first guest on the Core Compass podcast.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That has to
You
go
are
on the resume.
memorialized as the first
That's going on the
guest.
resume.
Yeah.
The
That's
Core
right.
Compass podcast.
Core
That's
Compass
right.
podcast.
Core
Thank you, guys.
Compass podcast.
That's it. Yeah, this is it. We're going
There
to
you
grow
go.
this. This is going to be, we're going to have so many more people on. Like I said last time, more candidates, clients, more people from CGR. I think we're going to have, I think it's Michelle Dupay or
Well,
somebody.
you're not supposed to walk. You're not supposed to be telling everybody right now.
Oh,
It's
I
supposed
thought
to be a
they'd like to know.
surprise.
Okay,
No.
well, we'll wait till next time.
We
We'll
don't know, y'all. We don't know.
We don't know yet. It might be somebody
Yeah,
fun. We
yeah,
don't know, but we'll
yeah.
see. But it's been awesome talking to you,
Yes,
learning about you, about
absolutely.
what you do here at Core Group, and
Picking his brain and learning more about Bob. You know, I didn't know some of these stories.
Yeah, neither did I. So
That's good.
It's awesome.
That's good.
And we're just so happy to have you on here, and just happy that you're allowing us to do this because this is under your umbrella.
That's right.
So thank you for allowing us to do this and reach people with the podcast and CGR as a whole.
No, you guys are gonna.
And Bob
you're
gave me
doing
my
great,
first
so.
job too. Bob was in on the interview, so thank you, Bob.
Yeah, he was on mine.
Thank you. Good guy. That's right. Well, I guess we'll sign off. I'm Jeremy Archie.
I'm Walker Toombs.
That's right. And you guys met Bob Sutton, so we appreciate you guys. God bless you. Happy Valentine's Day. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.